Hello everybody. Right, I'm doing my nails today. I've already prepped and applied my tips and shaped them. Now this colour scheme was inspired by a design brief that I was given by the amazing Izzy. Hi Izzy, I want everyone to say hi Izzy. Hi! So I'm using all the Nailmate acrylic system. I'm using 4 different colours for this. So the colours that I'm using are, I'll just show you, Sunshine, which is funny because the inspo was like, she wanted like a beautiful sunrise. I did go a bit off, Bunny Boiler. I did go a bit off with, and Milkshake. Sorry, I will concentrate eventually, but probably not. So, Lemon Sorbet. Milkshake and Lemon Sorbet are 2 of my favourite Nailmate colours. I'm just going to dehydrate because I've probably touched my nails and got them all oily. Take a breath, sir. All right. So Izzy really wanted like sunrise type nails, and initially I was going to do the whole like tropical sunrise and palm trees, and then I just got carried away. So I'm sorry, Izzy, if this isn't exactly how you thought in your mind, but my mind does whatever it wants and doesn't really listen to me anyway. So yeah, I'm using my size 10 brush from Glitter Planet, and it's got the rainbow glitter handle where the glitter moves up and down when you use it, which sometimes I just stare at. Yeah. Can you see I'm putting a thin clear base down? Put your hands up if you know why. Do you know why? We need to protect the nails. Coloured acrylic is really highly pigmented and it would stain the natural nail. Also, you want that strong adhesion between the acrylic and the nail plate, and the strongest acrylic is clear. So you do want to make sure your ratio is not kind of completely crap, otherwise you won't get that adhesion. This is what's going to keep everything in place essentially and protect you. Otherwise you might end up with really weird coloured nail plates and they would have to grow out, and that would be very depressing. I've gone for like baby lettos. They're a bit sharper than an almond, but a bit more smooth. Really? Yes. They're a little bit more kind of swooping at the sides than a stiletto. So I'm calling them baby lettos. And as you can see, what I mean about how pigmented this colour is, it is freaking-sane. This is Bunny Boiler. Can you see my new tattoo? She's a bit nice, isn't she? Sorry. I've had a large cup of tea this morning. What you drinking? You know the drill. You write in the comments. Tell me what you're drinking. And if it's whiskey and ginger, I know you. I see you in the comments every time. Naughty lady. I've had a double cup of Yorkshire tea. It's like a giant cup. It's a 2 tea bag jobby. It's a double dipper. Yeah, so I'm absolutely buzzing. So I'm going to blend. See how I'm really gently blending the back of the bead up, because we're going to do an ombre, but where these colours are so stupidly pigmented, I mean, they're just insane, in a good way. You don't need a lot, and you need to be really careful when you feather it back. So it's like minimal pressure. Make sure your brush is not flooded with monomer, otherwise it's just going to smoosh the pigment into the side of your lateral nail folds and it will just bleh. So we need to build the pigment up towards the tip of the nail. That's where you want it at its strongest. And then just feather it back like so. You're literally using the teeniest pressure. It's more just the bristles just gently kind of gliding along. The good thing about this particular ombre is that glitter is involved. So do not panic, because if you chuck glitter on it, right, even the biggest turd can look beautiful, which is why I did glitter, because it just covers up a multitude of sins. Because as you can see, this pigment is giving hello, I want to be seen vibes. So it's very difficult to ombre unless you're using a much darker colour on top, or a glitter. You could ombre it with a glitter, a piece of wee-wee, or as my dad would say, piss a wee-wee. Don't ask, he's Spanish. He's got a funny, he says things funny, even though he's not got a Spanish accent. Anyway, I digress. Onto the nails. So I'm doing the same on every nail as the base. Right, so that's Bunny Boiler done. Now I'm going in with Sunshine. Sunshine on a rainy day. Has a slight glitter shimmer to it. So that shimmer will cover through into the pink. Now, as you can see, this is how pigmented the pink shade is. Even though it has polymerized, so it's set in place, when my brush comes into contact, it is still picking up pink pigment and then transferring it to the yellow. So be careful. It doesn't really matter because we want that kind of orangey transition in the middle. But it will get messy if you don't keep an eye on it. It will transfer into the strangest of places and you'll be like, how did I get a pink streak over there? Because it's so pigmented. So the ombre does not have to be, the blend doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to put glitter on it. Do you remember that? Hashtag chuck glitter on it. That was good times. I'm going to be whipping out one of my crystal mixes later on as well. Do you think we should bring them back? Do you think I should do more? I kind of think I should. Oh, look at that. That's quite cute. We're going to do the same on every nail. Now let's look at that placement. I'm placing the bead right on the ombre, which is near the cuticle. And then we're going to feather it with the underneath of the brush. Remember, I always use the tip of the brush to tuck in around the cuticle, the middle of the brush to move product. And then how much product you move really depends on how much pressure you use and which section of the brush you use. So if you use the underneath of the sort of top third of the brush, you're going to have light pressure. But if you're using the underneath of the base of the brush, you are going to be, that's normally what I would do if product's setting too fast and I need to move it like quick. Obviously the risk of that is that you have more risk of contact with the skin with the top of the brush if you're using the base of the brush to move product. I really hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, well, don't blame me. I mean, I'm not the expert. So I'm adding little bits, like I'm really working quite thin and wispy just to diffuse the blend area. And you can apply as many beads as you want, guys, just work thin. It's pigmented product, so. And like I said, we're not aiming for perfection. We're just aiming for We're just aiming for some sort of transition of some sort that looks mildly attractive. That would be helpful. I'm glad Izzy came up with this colour scheme idea because I didn't have a bloody clue what to do. I did put a thing out on Instagram and somebody else actually said, oh, I want sunrise nails. And I was like, well, you are lucky. And you guys did vote for almond, which this is kind of like an almond, just a bit of a pointy almond. And you guys did go for long, but this is probably the longest I can manage at the moment because I've still got work at the weekends and I can't set up my singing equipment with long nails. They get stuck in the I don't know what you would call them. So if I'm setting up my microphone stand and my leads and stuff, there's like I don't know, things I have to twizzle and they're quite small. I can't twizzle them. They're twizzly things. I can't twizzle the twizzly things if I have long nails, guys, and it's very depressing because I think singing with long nails would make me sing better, and that's my reason for wanting long nails. I mean, I could just make my bandmate do all the twizzly jobs, but I think he might get a bit annoyed. Okay, these have now polymerized, so they've set in place. I'm going to take Milkshake. Look at it. Don't forget, I can save you 10%, and that's lemon sorbet. Oh, lady, it's so beautiful. I can save you 10% at Glitter Planet, and you should be getting all your acrylic from there. If you're not, you're nuts. So if you use code SarahB when you check out, you will automatically save money, and we like that. Okay, so I have put a tiny bead of the shade Milkshake at the tip of the nail and then feathered it back, right? Tiny amount, because we don't want the glitter to overpower the colour underneath. We want it to complement it. And I think this is perfect sunrise or sunset, because it glows, doesn't it? When you're on holiday, like Jordan's in Turkey at the moment, and he keeps sending me photos of sunrises and sunsets, and then you look at the water and it's shimmering and glowing, and it's like, yes, we need it. We need that glowiness, bitch. Come on, it's giving bitchy vibes. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what's going on. Okay. So, I've had a break in between recording audio, so I've forgotten where I am. Ha! Isn't that good? I started this morning and now it's evening. But yes, as you can see, I've ombre'd Milkshake from the tip, and now I'm going in with lemon sorbet. And I'm starting near the cuticle, but in front of it, and I'll just use the tip of my brush to kind of nudge it back a little bit. And then we're just going to ombre over the top. Glitters mix so easily. So if you're doing ombre and you're like, ooh, get a similar coloured glitter, stick it over the top, whack some glitter on it, babes. You'll be good. It's all good. No problemo. Sorry, I got interrupted again. So, yes, I'm basically, if you've got an ombre that is tricky, put glitter on it, chuck glitter on it, and ombre it on top, and you'll be good to go. You can also, if you just want to slightly diffuse a more nude ombre, you could, I was going to say water down, but you could add like a nude gel to a little bit of base coat and sort of create a very sheer nude, or unless you've got a sheer nude gel. And you could, like if you're trying to do a baby boomer ombre nail or French fade, you could do it like that. Put that over the top and it'll just diffuse the blend. But as you can see, these look really cute. Once I've given it a few minutes just to set in place, I'm going to go in with clear acrylic and encapsulate. Now the trick here is gravity is your friend, honey. So let the gravity do the work. Medium consistency bead, not too runny, not too dry. You don't want to be chasing it. You don't want to be dragging it too much because you'll get air bubbles and inconsistencies. So you kind of want that bead to be malleable. What a lovely word. And as you can see, it will just glide like butter. Hey, there you go. It's very satisfying, very good. I like it a lot. Paying attention to the structure. Don't need a big apex on these. I'm sorry if you can hear Teddy chewing on his dog treat. He likes to do that when I have a voiceover to do. He's a very helpful dog, aren't you, darling? Yeah, just loves his mum so very much. So I'm going in with a bigger bead here, just using the tip of my brush to control it, and then the underneath to kind of move it down. And again, I'm not really pushing pressure, it's more kind of teasing it into place. You don't want to sort of splat your brush into it, because that is when you're more likely to get air bubbles and stuff. Ted, really, do you have to be that noisy? I don't think you do. He really doesn't. He's not normally that noisy. It's really because he wants to take me out. Well, no, he doesn't want to take me out. He wants me to take him out. I mean, he probably does want to take me out. He probably wants to drag me around the field for an hour. But I'm not going. Same again here, encapsulating, nice big bead of clear acrylic. Tip of the brush to tuck it at the back, middle of the brush to move that bead, and then just dragging it into place, removing any excess. Keep your brush clean, so I'm wiping it constantly on kitchen roll, and also put it back into my Monomer, scrape the brush on the edge of the dapping dish, wipe the brush on my kitchen roll, back in again into the Monomer. So you're feeding that brush with Monomer, but you're also making sure that you don't kind of start clogging it up and getting it sticky. Keeping your brush clean is like imperative, because brushes are expensive. You're looking at £35 to £40 per brush. That's just for one size. And if you work with lots of different clients, you might need 2 or 3 sizes of brushes. And then you've got all your other art brushes on top, and all your so your acrylic brush. My last acrylic brush did me about 5 years. So that's what you want it to last. If you're paying good money for a brush, you want it to last. So take care of your brush. Hark at me getting on my high horse, eh? Oh dear. Cheeky. Do you know, oh guys, I may or may not have bought more Doc Martens recently. Oh, and then I saw a Doc Martin handbag and I was like, ooh. In fact, I'm going to look on Vinted later and see if I can get it secondhand. Because I keep buying things brand new. I think in the space of 2 months, I spent a chunk of money on Doc Martens. I did save up for them, like, you know, but nevertheless, I just got a little bit excited by them. They're these, like, does anyone remember Kickers back in the day with the chunky heel? They're like chunky heel Doc Martens. They're really heavy though. Christ. Oh dear. Excuse me, I had a little yawn then. It is getting late though, in all fairness. So yeah, encapsulation. Can you write in the comments if you know what I'm going to say about encapsulating glitter? I'll just give you a sec to pause it and type it. Pause it now. Okay, so you should have typed, if it ain't matte, it ain't capped, right? So if your glitter hasn't mattified, then you have not fully encapsulated it with clear acrylic. Go back, add some more. Because what the clear acrylic does is take that shine away. That's like a protective layer over the top of your glitter. Don't worry, when you top coat later on, that shine will come back tenfold. However, for now, it needs to be mattified. So I've filed my nails into shape and I'm using Super Matte Top Coat from Glitter Planet because I'm going to do some nail art. I wasn't sure what I was going to do where. It was a bit like, just go with the flow. So I just thought, right, matte top coat on all of them. Initially, the top coat goes on glossy. Pop it in your lamp and it will come out mattified. First time I've used this one and I was really impressed. So yeah, I'll be reaching for it again. I really liked it. And she goes into the lamp. I did speed that up. If only I worked that fast, then nails would only take me like, I don't know, 45 minutes. Okay, this is the Goldfinger crystal mix that I made a few years back, if you remember, from Alina Crystals. You guys bought lots of these. Maybe I should bring them back. Let me know what you think, maybe. So it's a mixture of like metallic gold and a golden shadow, which is like a soft gold, this one. And there's like round flat backs and shapes in there. It's quite a chunky mix, actually. It's quite a decent mix. Everything from an SS3 up to like an SS12, I want to say. And all the shapes in between. Yeah. So I've gone with that because the theme was like sunrise and I'm thinking gold, golden sunshine, golden sandy beach. That's my logic here. Go with it. I know I'm strange. It's okay. I've come to terms with it. So I'm descending in size from the centre of the crystal cuff out to the outsides. That makes sense, right? And I'm using adhesive to initially adhere those crystals to the surface of the nail. But that is not enough on its own. They won't necessarily last as long, especially if you're heavy-handed. So if you want your crystals to last until the next nail appointment, you really need to seal them in. Not seal over them though, seal around them with a detailer brush and a no wipe top coat. Must be a gel top coat, obviously. So that nail, I'm going to do a seashell design, like kind of ish. That's what they call them. I don't know what I call it. Line thingy. It's technical. Might run a course in line thingies. What do you reckon? And on this one, I'm just going to do a little tiny baby crystal cuff. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, so that's kind of the basics down. The basics, this is the basics. Fluid gel is what we require for this next step. It's thicker than my other gel. And it's non-tacky dry, so you tacky ramba. Sorry, so you don't need to. That is my brain 24/7. Welcome to my world. You don't need to top coat it, but I still do. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, before the hamster kept spinning on the wheel. That is my mind. And as you can see, I'm kind of making a giant teardrop shape. But you know, like the shell nails, we're just doing that, but with sunshine nails. Because reasons, and why not? I like it, and I don't like doing everything the same. I want to be different, and I am different. That's for sure. I've still got my palette that Just Jo made me. Do you remember when she made me this? Alina Crystal's palette. Beautiful lady. She's a beautiful lady. And I've still got my Nails by Sarah Burchett one that she made me as well, actually. Yes. My dog is being naughty. So I'm just adding a little bit more gel to these. Just plump them up a little bit. They'll go in my lamp for a nice big fat cure. I think they're 1 or 2 minutes. I can't remember. I just looked at the bottle. I think it's a minute. But it's on the back of the on the packaging. Always check your curing times. So we want these to be relatively chunky. I mean, I've seen chunkier. I've also seen slimmer. So yeah, whatever. Personal preference. No right or wrong. Don't get stressed over it. That's what I say. If you're having fun, babe, just continue. All right. Do you know what I mean? That's had a cure now. Obviously, there's no tacky layer. And then I'm just going to apply some crystals because, oi, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Every time I'm doing something, this dog wants attention. He's just so naughty. Ted. Oh, my God. Come on. Stop being naughty. He's looking at me like, yeah, but I did ask you to take me out. You said no, so now I'm going to be disruptive. And he is. He's really being more disruptive than normal. My sister's been here this week. I've been taking her for her radiotherapy appointments, and I did her nails. So I've filmed that, and that will be going up this week as well. There we are. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Isn't it lovely? It's very nice. Right, we need to get some top coat. Madam Glam no wipe top coat. So the thumb's just going to be the thumb. It's just going to stay thummy, right? I've got a very thummy thumb. It's a very thummy thumb. And we're going to just pop no wipe top coat on there and stick her in the lamp for 1 minute. Uno momento. Lovely. And then I'm going to do the rest of them. Now, here's the trick with these crystals. So I take my product, I butt it right up to the crystals, leave a bit of a puddle. Don't worry about that, said the actress to the bishop. Sorry. Okay, and then I'm putting a little bit of product on my detailer brush and also picking up any excess product where I've let it pool around the crystals. And I'm going to go in behind and tuck that right in there. It's not about the pressure, like pushing it in. It's more about leaving it there and letting it seep into all the gaps, because it will do, because it wants to flow. So you want it to seal into all those gaps, quickly flash cure it in the lamp. That stops it moving, otherwise it will flood your cuticle. You only need to flash cure for 10 seconds. We'll go back and do a proper cure in a minute. Then I'm just going to go around the outside of this one. This is going to have a flower type thing. But I am going to make sure I go right up around the edges there. And again, I'll flash cure. Thanks for driving past when I'm doing a voiceover. Appreciate your overly loud engine. Have a lovely day. And then I'm going to put a light top coat over here. Now, I appreciate there's a massive risk that you are going to lose the shape of your raised edges. But that's not going to necessarily happen. You can use a detailer brush to kind of scoop out if too much product goes in between them. And if you feel like you lose your definition, you don't have to top coat. You could gloss top coat underneath and then do the 3D on top, because it's a no wipe 3D. So you can have a play, do it whichever way you want. I don't mind. If you do recreate this design, don't forget to tag me on Shinstagram and TikTok and Facebook and all that good stuff. I'll leave all social media links. Follow me, come say hi. I will spy on you. I fully will. Like, there's no doubt. I'm going to spy on you. You spy on me, right? I'll spy on you. What's your problem? And don't forget to comment. I like knowing where people are from, because it freaks me out when people go like, oh, I'm watching from Australia. Wow. Like, it freaks me out. It's amazing. So, yeah, this is cool. Right, they're going in their lamp for a final cure. Once it's all cured, I'm going in with some white acrylic, and we're going to make a fleur type thing. Fleur. We're making a fleur. I've applied a small bead of white. I've bled the back of my brush so that the bead is quite dry, and I've let it start to polymerize before I'm even touching it. If you touch it while it's kind of mushy, you won't be able to move it like this. It'll just splat. So you need it to be like kids' clay, still pliable. And then you can kind of scoop it and push it and pull it using a 3D art brush and just get it into place where you want it. I'll start applying my second one. I have cut the waiting time out of this. So while I'm sat staring at it going, please polymerize, counting down the seconds, like I've cut that bit out so that you don't fall asleep. But look, I'm pushing and then I'm turning my brush on its side, pulling down, push out the edges, push out the other edge, again, pull down the front, and then I'm starting to tuck in and create that kind of rounded, petally type thing. It's not really a flowery flower. My sister's nails that I did, I've done 3D roses, so I'm looking forward to showing you that video. But they're like little petals, aren't they? Same with this, but I'm just going to push it out. So the tip of my brush is pushing that centre down. Creates a nice fade, actually, naturally. And the same on this side. It's a really simple starter flower to do. You can use your crystal as a guide as to where you want your petals to go. So that's kind of like cheat code for nail techs. And just go for it. I was going to put out a course in 3D flowers, actually. If you still want that, let me know. I'm going to use some of the little balls. We've only got tiny balls, honey, but don't worry, it's what you do with them. And some more fluid gel. And we'll just put that... I love Lorna's design for this. The precision tip on that fluid gel is phenomenal. And the fact that it's got like the blunted needle tip that goes back inside, stops it blocking up. Amazing. I reach for this all the time. It's an amazing product. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. And I can just put those beads in there, stick it in the lamp. They're cured. They're not moving. I've had them on for days. They've not gone anywhere. Not gone anywhere at all. So big up that product. I will leave a link to Glitter Planet's website along with the discount code so that you can save money, honey. And do use it because it lets Lorna know that you've kind of come over from me and I've inspired you to spend your hard-earned money, which is, you know, quite a what's the word? No, can't think. Brain's gone. Honour. I'm honoured if you use my code. It's like, oh wow, okay, thank you. I'm doing the same on each petal. I'm using 3 little gold beads and in the same pattern. So 1 in the middle, 2 on the outside. So you've got the crystal and then 1 bead, one little ball, 1 little ball, 1 little ball, and 2. See what I mean? Good. Got it? Great. Fantastic. I'm just trying to get them off the end of my crystal tool. They were just stuck. I was like, get out. Stop it. Stop harassing me. Oh my God. It's painstaking. I should have fast forwarded it. Even I'm irritating myself. Okay. Just lining them up, getting them in position. And then bosh, straight in the lamp. Sorry. And here's the finished set. I really hope you've liked them. Thank you, Izzy, for the suggestion. Guys, if you've got any suggestions, whack it in the description box. I'll see you in my next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Tally bye, darlings.